Buzz TV. We got lucky. We caught up with Grahm Bonnet and his new band here right before the show tonight. First thing, hey guys, how y'all doing?
Great, how are you?
Life's good. Now you saw our Buzz TV Hollywood thing about 10 days ago, so you know Coronado. But we're here with Grahm. Go around, introduce the rest of the players. So let's talk about this new project.
Hi.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm Bethany.
Hey, Bethany.
Hi, I'm Mark.
Hey, Mark. So the first thing is, Grahm, you have a new band. Tell me about this project coming out, where you're going with it.
Well, we're going just about everywhere. We have a big European tour coming up in a few days, in fact. Well, we're going to England first, then through to Europe. And this is something that I've looked forward to doing for a long time, to kind of change the music, you know, a little, instead of doing the old stuff, do something completely new. And this is what we're doing right now. We're re-recording, in fact, some of the old stuff, like Since You've Been Gone and All Night Long, all that stuff, with this band for an album. But after we've done that, we are then going on to a bunch of other stuff which is brand new. And these guys are, well, it's just nice to start over and have a completely different look for a start. We have a girl in the band. It's not your normal kind of heavy rock looking band. Everybody in this band is different. We're all individuals. I'm old. They're young.
I'm old too.
Yeah, well,
Count me in.
I say that as well, but Purple Hot.
what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just not what you expect. Let's say that. You know.
Now, tonight, are we going to hear any of this new stuff?
There might be probably one. We'll probably do one tonight.
Very nice.
The rest will be a bit of Alcatraz, MSG, Rainbow, of course, and maybe a couple of my solo things.
How did you guys get hooked up with Grahm? How did he find you guys?
Under a bush.
I used to play with Bethany in a band called Hard to Dangerous a couple of years ago, and he came and jammed with us once, and we had fun. It was a good vibe, it was a good feel. And then they started doing this project, and eventually they had initially they had this other guy in mind playing guitar and all that, but I don't know, for whatever reason that didn't quite work out. And then it's like, hey, do you want it? And I was like, wow. If you think I can do it, yeah, I mean, I'll try.
Well, we heard you play. I
give it
think
a
you,
shot. Oh,
you
thank
could
you.
hang
Appreciate
very,
it.
very well.
Appreciate it. I definitely did my best. But it was cool, you know, it was fun. And then, you know, from then on, at the beginning, you know, I felt a little pressure because I'm a big fan of his work and a big fan of all the guys that played with him before and all that.
Oh, most
for
definitely.
a minute, second. But, you know, he's always been super cool and always been super chill and make me feel comfortable. Like, hey, do your own thing, just have fun. I was like, okay, cool. Do my own thing, have fun. And long story short, that was it for me. Mark.
Actually, my story's a little different. I knew Giles, the manager, as he sang in an old band of mine, Warlord. And it's kind of a long story. I'll make it really short. Just as time went on, you know, he said he was managing Grahm, and we were talking, and it just sort of came about when there was an opportunity, and he talked to the band, and you know, if you want me to play, and he asked me if I wanted to play, and it was yes, and we started playing. We were, like Grahm said, you know, we recorded 16 of the older tracks. We've gotten together quite a few times to write new stuff, new material. A lot of time, obviously, was put into getting ready for this tour. I mean, you're playing 17, 18 songs or whatever we're playing, you know, especially with the complicated parts of, you know, a lot of the guitar parts, and, you know, he's got a big load to carry.
Oh, and a monstrous load. It's funny because,
Pressure. Hey.
you know, we spoke with Michael through the years, and same thing with Steve, and they just have the greatest things to say about Grahm because we bring it up.
Really? That's good.
You know, you've played with some legendary players, and these guys, you know, remember those days, and they remember the good stuff. So they only have the best things to say. So I understand you have a load to carry, but
Hey.
we've seen you play, and it seems like you could handle that load quite well.
Hey, appreciate it. You know, I have fun with it, and that's the main thing. So,
You know, part of that statement is, though, they played with a legend as well.
Oh, they made the legend.
we're not
Legend,
about
exactly.
this kind of
you know.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Let's call it what it is.
He's the legend and found some great players and helped them get to a status they are. But we know we're dealing with the legend. Now rehearsing for this thing. How many hours you putting in a day to get these 18 songs plus down?
That's been rough. That's really rough because I have 2 kids and I'm a single mom. So, you know, any chance I get, put them to bed, play for a few hours, get up 6 a.m., get them to school while they're in school. But
Oh, then you just have the early part. Mine's a lot. I've done that myself, but mine's 24 and it doesn't get easier, believe me.
Oh, don't tell me that.
If you have girls, it's definitely not getting
I
easier.
do.
Oh, that's another story. How does it relate? You're playing with the guys. You're with a legend. Is that a tough load to carry?
No, it's easy. Well, I have a completely different slant on it. For one thing, we've been friends for a long time, so we actually knew each other first. And I've played with Conrad in another band. Mark's a little daunting because he's just so incredibly efficient and a great player. And I'm like, ooh, I got to step it up, you know. These guys already know me, but he doesn't know me as well. So.
Well, especially the way we were talking before everyone got here, it seems like you're a tight unit and have bonded into a very nice family thing.
Yeah.
So it looks like you're going to have fun on the road.
Absolutely.
Well, Grahm, when might we hear the album with the new recorded tracks?
Well, I think sometimes probably toward the end of the year, the way things are going, because we're so busy on the road, there's not much time to actually record, which might actually, what's going to happen is we may record on the road.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? As we're moving along, might record a couple of tracks here and there, if it's possible, if everyone's still alive. But who knows?
And all this info, Grahm Bonnet website, is that where we're going to find it? They need to know where the dates are and where they could come, so just go, is it grahambonnet.com, correct?
Actually, that one's not set up. Mostly Facebook.
It's there's all this stuff on Facebook.
Yeah, we have a Grahm Bonnet band page. We have Grahm Bonnet official and all that
Thank you,
info.
yeah.
Great, then we'll have links right down here. So if you're watching on the let's see, iPhone, Android app, get to the website. Right down here, you'll have all the links to their stuff. They actually will respond. People do respond to messages, we know. So that's a great thing. Let's see. I want to go back a little bit, if it's okay with you.
Yeah.
Rainbow Days. I mean, I'm a fan of that. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I'm old enough to have been a big fan.
Yeah, okay.
And then moving on, starting with Alcatraz. How did all that come to be? You left Rainbow and then you started your own thing. Was that an easy thing, more or less like when Yngwie first came in the band? Was that someone that came to you? Did you find him?
It took a while, We started off in my garage, and I lived in Calabasas at the time, and there were three of us. We had two guys from a band called New England, a keyboard player and a bass player.
I remember that band very well.
Gary and Jimmy, right? And it was just the three of us, and we were looking at each other saying, well, what happens from here? And we started, rehearsing together for about a month or so, playing like whatever. And we said, well, we need the rest of the band. And they said, well, what are you looking for? I said, we should try and do something like Rainbow. So what we need now is a keyboard player and a shit-hot guitar player. Someone, if possible, plays like, Richie Blackmore. So we've got to do that. Sort of clone Rainbow, but not quite. And we found Jan Uvina, who was playing with Alice Cooper at the time, on drums. He came along because he was a friend of Gary and Jimmy's. And then later, we found Yngwie just by pure fluke. We're in a store one day, and the guys heard us talking about we've got to get a guitar player who plays like Richie, blah, blah, blah. And this kid says, I know someone who's perfect. And we met Yngwie a few days later. He was like 19 years old, came along with all his friends, and he couldn't believe he got the job. I remember him sitting in the car with his old band, I think it was, and going, oh my God, it wasn't a practical joke. You get somebody, he's almost crying. He's looking at, Grahm, and whatever. It was kind of like hero worship kind of a thing. I was embarrassed, of course. And I said, what's up? He said, well, I thought this was a joke. I said, no, come on, let's go in. And we rehearsed one song with him, and I could tell that he was the right guy straight away. He looked like Richie a bit, had the Richie kind of outfit. And he definitely sort of played like Richie. And he was a big fan of Rainbow. And he told me later he was in Sweden at one of the shows, hanging from a tree, watching Richie's every move.
Oh, that's wild. And then you get up something like that.
Yeah.
And then it almost seems like so many years later, something like that happens with a guy over here. So that's really cool. Now, how did, when Yngwie left, how did Steve get in the band?
Well, it was just, we were desperate because we had to keep, the band on the road kind of thing and make a new album. And Jan Uvina was friends with a guy from the Frank Zappa band. And he heard that Steve had left the band and was another young kid. He was whatever he was at the time. And who was a completely different kind of player from Yngwie or the rest of the shredder type people. And he thought he wasn't right for the band. He came along, rehearsed with us. We did a couple of tunes that Yngwie had played on, and Steve said, I can't do that stuff. I said, no, you can't. He said, I can't play like Yngwie Malmsteen. I said, no, you can't. You play like Steve Vai. And that's who he is. He had a certain way of playing that was completely different from all the other shredder type people. He had more jazz influence and pop influences. For me, he was much more open to making songs together than Yngwie. Yngwie was very much into the arrangement and fitting the vocal in.
Right.
Unless I wrote the arrangement, you know. But Steve was more very giving toward the vocalist.
You know, the reason I wanted to bring that up, the album that Steve did with you guys, to this day is still one of my favorite all-time albums. Always playing it. I just love that thing. Guys, how many songs were you looking at tonight?
Nah, 18, right? 17, something
Thought
like
it was
that.
6. No. 3.5. There's a jam medley. No,
Yeah, we do a Popo Heen, yeah.
15, 16, I think.
Oh, so it's going to be a fun, long evening then.
Yeah.
Well, all the songs are 2 minutes long, so do the math.
Yeah, but I know we'll have some fun in between.
It's a full set. Definitely
Yeah.
a full set.
Oh, that's going to be great.
Yeah.
I guess end with a couple things. And the most important thing, I guess, what might we have left out about Grahm and the new band that they need to know?
We're shooting a documentary on the road, and so we're gonna be updating, I guess, maybe daily or weekly or something like that. So if you want to just, kind of feel like you're on the road with us, just check out our Facebook. I'm sure we're gonna be putting on the links there. This one gentleman from Canada from the show called The Metal Voice. He's putting together all the editing and all the hard work into it. So he's going to be posting on his channel and our channel too, I think. And so that will be a fun experience. Then we have a new record coming out, I guess. That's very
It's a big
exciting.
thing. Yeah, definitely have to
For
get
sure,
that.
yeah.
It's definitely a group effort. There's definitely input from everybody, and that's obviously the exciting part. And I think that makes a band much tighter than just bringing guys sort of in at the last minute and say, okay, play this, play this, play this. So that's really exciting when it's put together as a whole. There seems to be a little bit more magic there sometimes.
It is, and it makes it a family unit, so everyone's contributing and everyone's there versus I'm a hired gun and I'm just here to play what you threw at me.
Yeah, and then I got to go.
Exactly. Is there going to be a DVD when we're done with this whole documentary thing?
Possibly, yeah. Unfortunately.
Who knows?
Well, there you
Here
go.
all the time.
So I'm just going to say,
Going with the flow, see how it goes.
and just keep watching that Facebook link. Well, I know you guys have to get out of here. You have to do your thing. We have to get out of here because we have to get there as well. So for me, for Grahm Bonnet's new band, again, the Facebook links are right down here. Click them, check it out. We're going to have 3 songs from the set, so you're going to hear exactly how deadly this band is. When they come rolling through your town, you know you're going to see them. And back here in the States, hopefully they're going to roll through here when they're done with Europe. But for myself and Grahm and everyone at Buzz TV, thank you guys, and we're out of here. See ya.
Way more keyboards for me, way more. Can hear anything. And way more bass too. I can hear the band at all.
Yeah, this is basically our dress rehearsal. We've had no sound check. We're a little bit, you know, what's going to happen? Oh, everybody hear everything okay? How about out there? Can you hear everybody? That's cool. I can't hear that more up here. No, I'm okay. Let's do that. What's this? Ready? You can see I dress with your coat. Go ahead.
Bring back the suit! You're sexy! Where's the Hawaiian shirt?
Forgot it! Looking good,
He's looking playing also.
I have to excuse my friend here. He is Irish Brazilian, and I have got no clue what he just said. What did you say?
I still have one more keys and then one just
Did you get that?
More keys in his monitor.
translating thinking.
I'm his official translator.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, more keys in the monitor, and
We have everything louder than everything else.
yeah, everything loud.
Yeah, a little more bass in my
So
voice
much
or something
for
good too. I mean, just something for the band.
Yeah.
Number 30, and now for something completely the same, or what? Oh no, this is a song written by Russ Mallard for an album I did called SOS. And my friend Cozy played on it, and I know Mark is a big fan of Cozy. But after we got another Cozy pal here, I'm just so thrilled to work with Mark. How about that? It's fucking alright. The shit stinks, but it's alright.
Long live Cozy.
What?
Long live Cozy.
Yes.